Ah. Xanax, congratulations on the first. I'm just prepping my coffee or my tea or whatever the heck I'm drinking. I'm probably gonna drink coffee. I'm gonna drink coffee today. I'm a little tired, yes I am. Ah. I think you're adult. You're watching. Oh, I forgot to fucking tweet that I'm fucking live. Oh, look at me go. I made a thumbnail and everything. Oh, I forgot to change something on that thumbnail. Did I close that? Oh, I closed that in Photoshop already. Look at me, being a little goober. Eight, 11. 8-11 was good. Okay. Welcome to tea time. I finally posted all my socials and I think I'm ready to go. But I also might not be ready to go because I'm still kind of just tired. I was seeing what works in GTA 5 custom radio station. Got a VTuber voice pack. Voice pack? I'm sorry, voice pack? For one of the GTA 5 things, custom things that I made, I put on, I didn't really make it, but like I put on Pikora's theme, Pikora's Minecraft BGM, and driving around, running people over, evading the police with Pikora's background playing on the radio was like surreal, I guess. It was strange. The fun thing about the custom radio station is that you can technically put in your own like filler, like talk show things in it. Because like you could do like have a little like chatting segment or like a little interview segment with like whoever. You can just throw your little voice in there. Because unless that's what you're talking about, like, because that'd be like a pretty cool thing to add in. I'm really fucking tired, man. I'm really tired. I need to get my coffee. Like, where's my coffee? I think I'm gonna like be a little special with my coffee today too. I'm still technically not done. I'm gonna restart my timer. I'm gonna restart my timer while I get my coffee going again. But we'll start real soon. As you can tell, it is midnight 13 where I am. So I should not be drinking coffee at this time, but I am, because this is what my life has gone to at this point. Oh. Oh. Ugh. Okay. No. Well, I think I might have added too much instant coffee. Uh-oh. Minute now. Oh, that's a good coffee. Oh, I made a really good coffee today, guys. Oh, it's really good. Oh, oh, it's so good. Oh, oh. I'm so sorry. I want to see if I could just have the game just randomly play sound file of Rin Penrose telling me to listen to the unhinged plans for the future. That is yeah. That sounds like a radio station I'd listen to. Right. And with that out of the way, hello. Welcome to Tea Time with your host, me, Akira Dolce, and your tea of the time, which is coffee, because I am losing control of my life. Ooh, Puto Flan. Puto Flan. Is it Puto Flan? Puto Flan? Puto Flan? I don't know what Puto Flan is. I'm gonna go look that up right now. Puto Flan. I am familiar with like flan. I'm not familiar with these at all. But they look like flan. Oh, they look so nice though. There's this one Filipino delicacy that I've had before. Filipino custard. Called custard? Yeah, it's called custard cake. Yeah, I've had custard cake, and shit's good. That's all I really gotta say. I wish it had puto is not a nice word. Really? Did I say something bad? Or did the Filipino say something bad? So, puto in Spanish. Oh. It's some fucking cake. We're getting our roof fixed up and the noise hurt my head. That But you know your house looks nicer. It's like when you like get your house blown up. Puta. Puto. I could be swearing in Spanish right now and I don't even know it. Puta is bitch. Puto is fucking apparently. Oh, it means it's a masculine form of it's a masculine word meaning prostitute. It is a slur against gay people. Oh no, I'm so sorry, gays. Like when your house gets blown up. So slut, yeah. But, you know. Might have some stronger connotations. I don't know. I don't speak the language. So I don't really know. Just sort of like, in French, it's French. In French, if you say, tabernacle, which is the thing that houses the body of Christ in church. If you say tabernacle in French, it technically means like fuck. So yeah, you're not allowed to say it's a no word. I remember hearing like it's a no word. Don't say that word. It's a no word. Larry bought banned somebody right just recently. Oh hi doggy. Michael, hello, welcome. Thank you for posting this dog. Dog has been posted. Man, remember those days? Those are long. They're days long past. Yeah, that dog just echoes for some reason. Bark, bark. I'm also having coffee. Yay! Let's all have coffee together. I do miss the tower. Man, that was like that was a time. It was so hard. It was so hard to manage though, because I had to manage it myself. I wonder if I could probably do that again. My favorite thing that came out of that though was I made individual dogs for the Phantom Thieves whenever I played Persona 5 Royal. That was so fun. It was fun making little dog edits of all the characters. And the thing is, like, I had to hand draw most of the masks because the dog is in such an angle where like the masks aren't facing forward. Like you have to like. The Phantom Thief dogs they were cute, man. It's the one thing I miss. I think I made the dogs more expensive that time around too. I'm sure there's a way to program a little wobbly tower of PNGs that are stacked on top of each other. Well, here's the thing. The more elements you have when you stream, the harder it becomes to stream, because like then you have to manage several different things. Like it's already one thing to manage a chat, but then you have to like manage the dogs. You have to manage your emotes, or the things. You gotta manage everything that's happening on stream. You gotta manage your volume levels because you're not even sure if that's the thing. There's a lot of managing that you have to do when you are streaming. Ugh. And that was just one thing I couldn't really do. And then I had a fucking live 2D. Now a lot of my live 2D stuff I can like I can manage myself now, or it can be automated. Things like swapping out my clothes and like, oh, when I had my voice impression, I took off my voice impressions a long time ago. But when having to do dogs and voice impressions and everything else, like that was insane. I kind of miss having face cam though. But I definitely can't do it now. I don't have my blue screen anymore. The blue screen what got me to do face cam, which was fun. It was great. I loved my blue screen. However, no blue screen. Fuck, no blue screen. The blue screen is fun to play with. Because so something I don't really like about live 2D, it's something that you can do with 3D, but not live 2D, is that you can turn around. I can't turn around. But like, if I were to, I could do things like interact with the game a bit more. I can like, move my hands in such a way that I can, point to things on the screen that's happening. Yeah. Why is my coffee oily? And I'm like, oh yeah, that's the cream I added in. Because it's part fat. I prefer 3D because I can use my model in VR chat. I want to get a better VR chat model. Except they're expensive. And I don't really have money for it anymore. I used to be able to afford things. Now I can't. Oily? Yeah. Cream can have oil in it because it's made out of fat. Fat is oil. So. I just maybe put it too much cream. Or maybe the oil started not coming out and stuff. We can't ever stab streamer in back because they don't trust us in seeing their backs. Now us live 2 bitches, we are two-faced for sure. We never show our backs. No. Showing your backs is a big no-no. How's it going, Kay? Nice to see you. Ugh. I don't know how that one live 2D rigger decided that 360 VTuber must have taken a while to figure out. I know there's this one person. Oh, are you talking about the one guy I'm thinking of? It's a guy, right? You're thinking of? To me, I think it might be a toggle. You can sharpen your knife. Okay, so I just realized I forgot to tell you guys. Somebody added a song in the tea time chat, or the tea time playlist, that sets off the DMCA for some reason. I don't know which song it is, but I need to figure that out. Oh man, thank you, Saribot. I don't know. Last night, technically this morning for me. Last night, I didn't have any bots. And then like the week before, there were tons of bots. Terry bot is the one that's stabbing things in the back. Bots show their back all the time. Oh, I recently got a ransom email. I was really confused because like my email, like normally when someone signs into your email, you usually get a notification saying, hey, somebody's signed into your email. So I got an email like earlier this week that was like, hold on a sec. A lot of people have been getting this recently. See if I can find it on Twitter without having for me to log into my no. Can't see it. Okay. So I got this email that was like, "Hey pervert, I'm locked into your system, into your phone. Ever heard of a program called Pegasus?" And it came from my email. Like it came from my email. And I was like, that's so fucking strange. Like how did they get into my email? 2, when did they get into my email? And 3, why is this showing up? And I looked into it. I was like, do they actually, like, because I was so skeptical. Like, there's no way somebody logged into my email without me being notified that somebody logged into my email. And it just turns out you can just spoof your, how do they know you're the funny thing is, like, I knew it was fake. I knew it was fake because it was like, I'll tell all your friends on Facebook, Instagram, Telegram, and I was like, I don't even use any of that. Like, if you had my phone, if you had access to my phone and the things inside of it and my accounts that are attached to this email, you would know I don't use any of that. Hey pervert, yeah. I like those bots that reply to Twitter posts about getting hacked, contact, blah blah blah. They help me. I've never seen any of those. But yeah, no, the hey pervert emails. They're it's so you can just like fake your email. You can just fake a sender, and that's just how easy it is. Local barista pervert don't have a fun ring to it. Yeah, it doesn't. Hold on a second. Let me add my top. We're not talking about education. We're just chat right now. I don't know. I'll be like transparent with you guys. Of course, I watch adult videos on the internet because I'm a growing young boy at the ripe age of 37. So like, yeah, of course. But like, I don't watch anything illegal. Like that's like, I'm like, I look at pictures of Hilda from Fire Emblem. I look at pictures of Cloud X Tifa. You know, normal things. As normal as you could possibly get for a weirdo like me. I look at the hentai. It's pretty tie hen if you ask me, but no, like I don't look at anything like illegal. Anything questionable. All the characters I look at are of age. It's very rare that I even look at like characters from anime that are in high school and I'm like, yeah, I wanna look at that. No, they're like adults. Like I'm an adult. I want to see adults be adults with me with my adult videos. I'm sorry, this is like really weird maybe for you guys. Booba. We have a booba thing. Whenever we see boobs, you can make me say booba and shout it out from the fucking hilltops there. And we have Crony. Who was that? Archer knew when Cloud went to Soldier at age 16. Listen, I think his canon age, in the game, when you play as him, I think is 22. I believe it's 22. I think Tifa is 22 as well, or is it 23? I can't remember. Bum, bum, bum. I don't like porn, generally grosses me out, but like I understand why people do that. It's called spreading your genetics. Some of us are designed to like really want that. Some of us more than others, and it's fine. Like if that's not what you're into, it's fine. Like I won't show you things that are like, oh, look at this. Like if you're into it, if I know you're into it, I'll send you things that I know you're into, because like that's the ooh, this tickles my fancy sort of thing. Have you guys heard of pebbling, by the way? Pebbling is a way of it's a thing. It's named after penguins. Him joining Soldier was 7 years before. Oh, so then he's 23 or 24. Or wait, hold on. I can't do math. 17, 16. 17. He's 23 or 24. So pebbling. If you guys know what pebbling is, it's named after penguins, and it's what penguins do for other penguins when they want to, show that they want to have a lifetime mate. Those penguins mate for life, by the way. So that's a really, really cute fact. They are also able to tell their mate from a crowd of penguins. They never confuse. They won't say they never, but it's very, very rare that a penguin will confuse its partner for another penguin. And there are tons of penguins out there. Isn't that cute? That's so cute. Anyways, when a penguin brings another penguin a little pebble, it's usually like a little round one, a little less smooth one. They just, or maybe a little pretty one, right? They bring pebbles back to their mates because they think it's really pretty. There's a thing called pebbling on the internet where if you see a little funny little meme, or you see like a little something that somebody really enjoys, and you bring it back to them, or you send them the link to it, or you show them the picture of it, it's called pebbling. Because like it's a little it's an insignificant thing, but it might sometimes means a lot to the other person, and that's why we call it pebbling. And pebbles are extremely sentimental to penguins, just like how certain memes are sentimental. If you show me a picture of Frieren from Frieren, what's her show called again? Beyond Journey's End. She's got two. It's a play on words there, but if you show me pictures of Frieren, I'd be like, oh man, I love this. Don't the male penguins carry the eggs in their butts? They do not. They do not carry it in their butts. They carry it between their legs while the mother goes out. So they basically take care of the egg together with their mate. Sometimes the father goes out for food. Sometimes the mother goes out for food. Mostly the father goes out for food. The father penguin goes out for food, but the mother penguin can also go out for food. It's not like they have gender roles in society in there. I mean, they kind of do, but like they don't really. But yeah, they'll just share the egg together. I'll show you my pebbles. Please respond. Frieren fights back. Oh, I love Frieren so much. Boobas! Look at them go! I love how like the green screen is like not completely like tuned. This little booba guy on the left here is a little fucked up. Bum bum. Cream. Do you guys ever get like oily whipped cream? Because that can happen. Sorry, I'm talking about my coffee again. Oh, I still have my soda. I also have, guys. Oh Jesus! Someone's blowing up my cafe. I have soda today. I have coffee, and I have jelly, grape jelly. I'm so excited to eat that because I've been having like a big Heal. Oh, that was for my RPGs. So, if I'm in, I'm notoriously bad for not healing in RPG. I can blow up the cafe. You sure can. Excuse you. The explosion's really, really funny when people can predict a character is going to die or a character is going to get hurt really badly. Because they'll just go and they'll get hurt. I predict a raid. What? What kind of raid? That's impossible. No one wants to raid in the morning. Oh, you're like, you mean raid my cafe? Perfect time to explode. Oh, I recently played Metroid Dread. I'm so excited to play that again. I played Metroid Dread. I beat one of the Emmy bots in that game, and somebody was like, "Hey, I can make it explode!" And it was great fun. Ugh. 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 Mm. Big stretch. Sorry, big stretch. Ugh. My appendix is still sore sometimes. I wonder if that's gonna stay that way forever. Ooh, do not get surgery, guys. It's bad for you. It's actually good for you, but also it can leave scars. But scars are sexy, right? What do you guys feel about scars on the body? I personally like scars, especially ones that kind of have like stories to them. Even if it doesn't have stories to them, I like them. But like, it's always interesting because I always feel like scars are like are, you know, signs of a story, signs of experience. I have a small scar on my forehead, but you can barely see it. That's good though. I have a scar on my shoulder. It's faded now. It's faded, but it's still there. What happened is, like, I was riding home from my friend's house on a bicycle, and I got to a point where there was like sand. It was like sand, right? But it was like not really sand. It was like gravel, but like sandy gravel. I was riding my bike, and my tire lost traction, and my handlebar fucking flipped like a whole 90 degrees, which sent me over the handlebars and sliding across the ground, and it left a really, really bad like gash on my shoulder because I flew over my head, over my handlebars, landed face first basically, and then slid across the ground for like a couple inches, which is enough to like really fuck you up really. I had like scratches on my face, on my arms, on my leg. I had pants on, so I didn't really have any of my legs. Some were on my body because my shirt lifted up while I was flying over the handlebars. But basically, I was really fucked up. Not fucked up that was foobar, but like I was fucked up, man. I could barely walk. I remember I had really good survival instincts though when that happened, because I remember when that happened, I immediately flew over and I went, oh, psh, and then as soon as I realized what happened, which was almost instantly, I was like, oh shit, I gotta go back to my friend's house, because it was literally like maybe like 7 or 8 houses down. I remember like fucking limping. I remember like fucking limping to back to my friend's house. And like saying, oh, I gotta get there before I either pass out, which I probably wasn't gonna pass out. But like, I was like, if I'm in a situation where I'm just laying in the fucking side of the road, that's really fucking bad. So yeah, I hauled my ass over to my friend's house, fucking bleeding in a bunch of different areas of my body, and the biggest one was on my shoulders, on my fucking, you know your shoulder bone, or like where your I don't know how to describe this. Not your shoulder, is your shoulder bone? the little hard part of your shoulder, right? Sounds like you almost died. I probably almost did. Where your shoulder is, your shoulder, that bone right there, you know, the big one. That got like rubbed. That got rubbed really fucking hard. And now it honestly looks like, you know when there's a bunch of like stones in the ground and you press your hand really hard and then you get like these little bumps in your hand? That's what my shoulder looks like. Not entirely, just a little it's like a little golf ball sized imprint on my shoulder that has like a bunch of these like jagged parts on my skin. So if you ever see me in public and you see a weird golf ball texture on some guy's shoulder, be like, wait, I know that guy is a Cure Dolce. Good luck finding me, though. If I ever go to the beach, I guess. But which beach? Vienna Beach. Isn't that a sausage? That's Vienna sausage. You know how insane I sound right now? Yeah, long story short, Rosa, when I was a kid, I flew over my handlebars while I was riding a bike and I got foobarred. Not foobarred, but like I got fucked up. Not beyond all recognition. Do you guys know people don't even realize what foobar means anymore? I think that's very much like a 90s/2000s term, foobar, which is F-U-B-A-R, fucked up beyond all recognition. So I guess I'm really showing my age here now. My 37-year-old age. Do you know what I really appreciate about this newest generation, by the way? The new generation of children. They make it easy for you to understand their it terms. Because they're just so blatant about it. And they also like to make songs about it. Man, when you see things like sticking out your gat for the Rizzler, you're so skibbity, you're so Phantom Tax, I just want to be your Sigma. Like, you know, you can kind of figure out some of the stuff out of that. But also, like, it's all in one place. It's all there for you. You can just kind of look it up as it comes along. You don't have to be like, what the heck? Like, all these kids are now saying this thing? No, and it's right there. It's all in one place. It's like a little dictionary thesaurus of weird Gen Alpha terms. All there. An urban dictionary even. I fucking love Urban Dictionary. It's so helpful. I'm gonna mix my coffee a little bit more. Thank God for hand mixers. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm back with my coffee. My really, really messy looking coffee. You know, this could go well with some like chocolate. No, I think cream goes well with chocolate. A mocha sounds great right now. What are you guys' like favorite Gen Alpha terms? I really like the term the mouthfeel of the word skibbity. The mouthfeel of the word skibbity just feels really, really good. I don't know about you guys, but like I hate Skibidi Toilet so much. I really, really hate Skibidi Toilet. I'm not sure. Is that Michael Bay movie thing? Is that real? I don't think that's real. But the Skibidi feel, mouth feel. I don't know enough alpha terms. Okay, well let's study together. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Gen Alpha terms. Gen Alpha slang. A comprehensive guide to Gen Alpha slang. Riz Sorry. Well, let's go through the one. Let's actually go through the song I was just talking about. Your gyat, sticking out your gyat, right? What is a gyat? Your gyat is a big butt. Man, I really sound like an old person. But yeah, a gyat is a big butt. Sticking out your gyat. Your gyat. Some people thought it was a gun because it sounds like a gat, right? A gat. Like a whip out your gat. Bam, 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 bam. But no, your gat is an ass. Is a big booty. Honestly, not my favorite. 3 out of 10. Sticking out your gat for the Rizzler. Riz. I really like Riz because it's a nice little. It's a shortened term for charisma. Gat dang. I remember gat coming from gat dang. Yeah. Gat damn. Gat damn. Maybe people like don't even realize where gat even comes from. In that case, then, huh? Riz. I like Riz because it is charisma, and that's so cool. Riz has actually made it into the Webster dictionary, by the way. So if you look up Riz in the Merriam-Webster dictionary, you can find it in there now. The Slay count. Slay is a Gen Z term, not a Gen Alpha term, but Gen Z term. I like how this says gat nouns self-explanatory. It's not self-explanatory. Please tell me what gat is here. Someone who is Riz, though, has a lot of charisma and therefore is very charming. Yo, sticking out your gat for the Rizzler. A Rizzler is just somebody who has a lot of charisma. You're so skibbity. Skibbity is a nonsensical word. It really is just a nonsensical word. It comes from skibbity dope, 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 dope. Yes, 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 yes. That song. Also, this article was written by an old person. It seems like it. So this is not a very good article. But it does tell me what kind of names there are here. What the fuck is a phantom tax though? So phantom tax comes from a streamer named Phantom. And Phantom would walk into the room, take a person's food, and say Phantom tax and eat it. So Phantom tax would be like, hey, it's the tax for Phantom, which is the food that you're eating. So Phantom, that's what Phantom tax is. If you've ever like gone out to eat with somebody and you had like a plate of fries or something, and somebody says you got to pay the tax, and then they grab some fries and eat it, that's paying the tax. I don't know what tax they're paying is exactly, but yeah. I found a bottle of barbecue sauce laying on the ground while I was. Did you pick it up? Did you pick it up? How many hours did you sleep last night? It's technically midnight, so technically none. I left it there. Come on, man. Free barbecue sauce. Good to see you again, Grillhead. Time zones. Yeah, time zones are great. You're so skibbity. You're so phantom tax. I just want to be your Shiori. Oh, jeez. The phantom tax. The tax you pay to the phantoms. The phantom thieves, that is. I feel like people should just say their own name and then tax. Otherwise, it's some other guy's tax. Yeah, that's how it should be. The Akira tax. That's how it should be. But like, phantom tax got really, really popular, so phantom tax is now like the term. What else? Yeah, for the Rizzler, you're so skibbity, you're so phantom tax. Just want to be your Sigma. It just comes from Sigma male. Sigma male. So this is one, actually, I didn't know this one. Ohio. I was like, where did Ohio come from? Like, how is this like a thing? Ohio is a state of being strange or unusual. Because it's a state. It's a strange state. So it's something that's strange and unusual. Because Ohio is strange and unusual. Sigma mewing. Listen, I don't even know what mewing really is. I thought mewing was like being someone's little meow meow, you know, your little Discord kitten. But I don't know. Apparently it's putting the tongue on the roof of your mouth to have a sharper jawline. I like my term better. Ohio's a recent one. It's like in the past couple months that Ohio came into a thing. Yeah, I haven't heard of Ohio until recently, but and like I'm not all over TikTok or whatever people say these things on. I assume it's mostly TikTok. Sorry, my face is itchy. Let me just scratch my face. I'm really tired. It's midnight. Man, mewing. What is mewing? Yeah, it is changing your jawline. It's so like when people do the jawline thing, what you're basically doing is that you're tightening the muscles on your lower jawline, and because I'm sorry, because your tongue is kind of like attached to your muscles down there, it pulls everything up, and that's why you get a sharper jawline whenever you put the roof of the tongue on the roof of your mouth. But like it's not necessarily just that. Cause like I'm doing it right now, and like I can put my tongue on the roof of my mouth and still have a weird rounded jawline. I have to when I do that, I have to really focus on my my lower jaw muscles and like tighten those. Doing the tongue thing doesn't work for me for some reason. Mewing sounds like a psyop meme made by another country to make people look silly. It works though. But I don't see like mewing for like to make your jawline change shape. It sounds lame. Like when I think of mewing, I want to be like, oh, it's fucking being a Discord kitten for your fucking Discord daddy, you know? Like that's how I imagine mewing would be, because that sounds awesome. And awesome, I mean even stranger. So a lot of terms that came from the internet usually came from some sort of nerd culture thing. For the most part. Millennial slang. Oh, maybe not. Oh god. Oh god. I'm sorry. I'm looking at millennial slang right now. I'm like, oh god. You're fucking... Really? We have bae, which is like fine, I think. Lit, bet, salty, sus. Okay, I like sus. Sus is good. Basic, clapback, low key, extra, humble brag. I fucking hated humble brag. Spill the tea, like spill the tea, bro. On fleek, I hated fleek. Bam, slay. I was like, I feel like a lot of the stuff now is based off of I hate to say normie culture. I guess Phantom Tax is technically not normie, and Skibbity technically isn't either. But like these terms feel like they feel very. I don't know. I know a lot of slang comes from African American communities. That's true. Like yacht is an example, I guess. Let's see what's Gen Z slang. Let's look at Gen Z slang. Cap, bet. Well, I guess there's some crossover here. Sus. I guess Gen Z is sus, huh? Salty. Salty is not a Gen Z slang. What the frick is wrong with this? FOMO. Oh yeah, FOMO is one of those. Big yikes. I guess millennial. What this millennial slang thing is not correct then. Dunzo. Everyone is still dude to me. So I always call everybody dude. I call everybody dude. And sometimes it gets, some people don't like being called dude because like some people, like when it comes to gender identity, like dude is associated with like male, right? But I call everybody dude, like dude. And it's landed me in some hot water, and they're like, hey, like, listen, like, don't call me dude. I don't like identify as that. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like in my brain, dude is non-binary. Like everybody's a fucking dude. But you know, like I don't want to be like, oh, sorry. Like I'm not purposely like trying to justify my misgendering of you. I'm just trying to explain like, oh, sorry. Like I call everybody dude. I'm so sorry. But like, you know, if you don't like it, I won't call you dude. California, dude is the default forever. Exactly, dude. And like nobody. Okay, so I know there's a thing where back in the mid 2000s there was a thing called dudette. No one fucking. I'm so aggressively angry about those boobas. That's a good face. That's a really good face. All right, anyways. There's a thing called dudette that was back in the day. No one fucking used dudette. Everyone was like, dude, stop fucking using dudette. It's not a thing. But like, that was for people that didn't want to be called like male sort of thing. But everyone was like, dude, it's not that. It's everyone's dude. Everyone is dude. Fear of missing out. FOMO. Yeah. FOMO. I had no idea what FOMO was until like maybe about 2 years ago. There's a really, really big FOMO situation happening with Fortnite. So there's a lot of skins that are locked behind battle passes and limited time runs and stuff like that. For example, the Peter Griffin skin, you cannot get the Peter Griffin skin anymore. Like you can, like that was a battle pass skin, you cannot get it anymore. It will not show up in the store. Not even for like an inflated price. I would be okay with that Peter skin having an inflated price because it was part of a battle pass experience. Scarcity, yeah, right? I have the Peter, man, I want the Peter Griffin skin. I didn't want to commit to, like, I didn't have time to commit to Fortnite though. I didn't have time to get this to level 75. I couldn't do it. But that's how they get you to play. That's how they get you to want to play the game. That's how they get their money. You know, they do these cross promotions and all that stuff. And there's a FOMO of not getting your Fortnite skins. And there's not just the Peter Griffin skin. There's a ton of skins that are like that you cannot get anymore because it was a battle pass skin. But like, you guys remember Thanos, right? Thanos was not a battle pass skin. You can get Thanos today. If it shows up in your store. I'm sorry, I sneezed. I have the Optimus skin too, Optimus Prime. Yeah. You guys is fairly ingrained in my vernacular. You guys. Guys. Oh, Jesus. My sinuses really hated that one. Yeah, I'm not into Fortnite as some people are. Some people are really, really into Fortnite and their skins. But I'm not that guy. I bought a Sasuke Uchiha skin with the Sakura skin, and that's the most I've spent on Fortnite. Oh, and I got the Gangnam Style, so I thought it would be really funny to see Sasuke do the Gangnam Style, and it was. OG Deadpool Ryu and OG Hot Dog Banana. Yeah. See, I don't really go here. I don't even know what skins are in Fortnite. I think one of the few only skins I want from Fortnite is the Metal Gear Solid ones. I want Solid Snake and Raiden. Well, Deadpool has a movie. His movie's back, you know? He's got a thing. So it makes sense for them to want to put Deadpool in their game because it will sell more Deadpools, you know? Dude, Hololive, man, I would fucking spend so much money if they had a Hololive crossover. You still want Snake what he did? Listen. Would you still love your girl if she got a reduction? I'd love my girl. Baby girl Snake, come back. Come to daddy. They nerfed it in Smash. They nerfed it in Fortnite. Fortnite modelers disrespected him. They sure did. They could have gotten the yacht of the century. They took his cheeks. Otacon, they took my cheeks. Give it up, Snake. I stole your yacht. You may have gotten the dominant genes, but now I have your yacht genes. It's over, Snake. Snake cakes? Oh my god, snake cakes. I love that. What was another? Oh, you know, this is weird. This is another weird thing. Persona 5. When Persona 5 got announced for Smash, a bunch of the Phantom Thieves got player models. They got models for like the backgrounds of the Memento stage, and people were complaining that the character An Takamaki, or Takamaki if you speak Japanese, they nerfed her, quote unquote. They nerfed her, as in they didn't give her an ass, but like, one, she never had one to begin with, to be quite honest, and two, quit being weird. Listen, I know I'm weird, but when you have someone that's a weirdo saying quit being weird, she's too white girl coded. Even though she's half Japanese, well, she's not half Japanese. She is 1/4 American. She's 16 ray gun shots, fucking SMG shots. Ba 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 ba. Quit being weird. I always talk. I was gonna talk about this in my video that's coming up. About waifus. I'm making a video about waifus, but it gets weird when you're playing Persona as an adult. Be normal about other weird adults. Yeah, right? Be normal about the other adults in the series. But like, when you're a teenager, it's fine, right? It's fine to be weird about that. You're a teenager. They are your age, right? They are, you know, you're experiencing very similar situations as them. So it's not weird when you're a teenager playing Persona. But like as an adult, right, it gets really weird, and especially when there's a dating aspect to the game. When there's a dating aspect to the game, it gets a little like weird because like I myself am an adult. I am an adult. You guys like the sound of my clavicle? Sorry. I'm an adult. Slap your neck, slap your... I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted over the weirdest things. I'm an adult, and it's weird to be like, oh yeah, I want to date. I'm slapping my clavicle. The part between your neck and your torso. When you are like faced with a romantic situation in that game, or those games, I should say, it's weird no matter the choice because it's either a kid or an adult, and that should definitely not be dating the protagonist. So yeah, it's so weird as an adult because as an adult, you're like, oh, I'm gonna date these high schoolers, and that's so weird. That is so weird. But like, if you go after the adults, your character is still a high schooler, and they put them in the situations that are like, yeah, you're still a high schooler, we shouldn't be dating, sort of thing. And so it's like, you can't win in that situation. You can't win. And An keeps getting sexualized even though her whole arc is not about that. Okay, I have opinions about this. Her initial arc is about that. So her initial arc is like, I won't let like my appearance, I won't let other people's opinions about my appearance shackle me. Like I am not what they say that I am. Like, cause like a lot of people will be like, if you see, like, you know, if people have opinions about you, that will change your opinion about you no matter how you look at yourself. Because if people are saying, oh, like you have blonde hair, you must be a delinquent, sort of thing, right? You dye your hair, you must have daddy issues, right? That's not the case. You know, it's not always it, but like when you have a lot of people saying that to you, it's going to affect you no matter what. The adults are a fucking teacher and a doctor. Yeah, okay. We could talk about that later. For An, though, I think it's really important that she doesn't let other people's opinions shape her own opinion about herself. And that's the whole thing. And then the fact that the game kind of keeps doing it, you know, it's not nice. It's not nice. It really is not. It's not good. But the matter of the fact is, it will still happen whether or not she has gone through that thing. Like, your opinions don't matter. What matters afterwards is how she reacts to it. And if you kind of like see her reactions to her sexualized, you know, comments, these like really weird comments that are made towards her, she either laughs it off or she completely dismisses them. And that's what I really like about her character, is that after that point, she's not like really all mopey about herself or like she gets really upset about it. She's like, fuck you, which is really great with her character. And I think is really good for character development and storytelling. My opinion, I know a lot of people are like, please stop sexualizing An, but like the point is, it's not going to stop happening. It's how we deal with it afterwards. Not saying that we should do it either. I'm just saying it will happen, and it's how we deal with it afterwards. And I think that's really important that people don't really talk about when it comes to An's character development and how her character is written and how people react to her in the story. I think one of the really good points, the really good situations that really show this is the beach part, is the beach episode. So the guys are all hanging out, and all of a sudden the girls walk out in their swimsuits, and then Ryuji's like, "Yo, what up?" And he does a little hand motion too, like the little grabby motion thing, and she fucking laughs at him, saying, "You're a fucking dork," and then puts him in a headlock. Like that's how she should do. Like that's how she should be dealing with that sort of situation, not being like, "Oh my god, Ryuji, stop! No, no!" Like no, fucking kick him in the chin. Show him how fucking weird he's being. And that's why people hate Ryuji, by the way. Some people hate Ryuji because like, oh, he keeps harassing On. It's like, he's a fucking 16-year-old boy. Of course he's going to. He sees a girl in a swimsuit and he's like, oh my god, a girl in a swimsuit. He hasn't seen a woman like show her midriff in years. Probably if at all. Anyways, On's social link, her confidant story, has nothing to do with that, by the way. Okay, yeah, we can all agree that Mona's fucking disgusting. But that shouldn't say anything about On, right? That shouldn't say anything about On. On is also just fucking calls Morgana out on it too, like quit being a fucking weirdo. She's like, oh, Morgana, don't stop, Morgana, no, I'm not like that, no, she fucking will not take shit anymore. I'm losing badly at Splatfest. I'm on Team Spaghetti, baby. Team Pasta, let's go. In fact, I might eat spaghetti. No, you know what? I shouldn't eat spaghetti because I made a whole big pot of curry, chicken curry today, guys. Team Rice. Rice is good. You'll love it. I went with bread because I eat it the most often. Okay, listen, they're all really good. It's really hard to choose. I'm on Team Pasta because I just eat a lot. It's really easy to make. I haven't played in ages. Go play it right now. Play it with me right now. All right, impromptu Splatfest stream, guys. No, I'm kidding. Team Pasta is just bread with extra steps, and that extra steps is all that. It's really good. It's actually not, though. If anything, pasta is team bread with less steps, in my opinion, because the way you make pasta is made with 2 ingredients and 2 ingredients only. It is flour and egg yolks. You can make pasta with just those 2 ingredients. There's no need for rising. There's no need for fermenting. There's no need for letting it sit. You can just take some flour, take some egg yolks, mix that shit together, boil it for 2 minutes, and you got yourself some pasta. With bread, it's a whole process to make that shit. That's fresh pasta, I should say, fresh pasta. But if you were to make like, the dried pasta that you get at the grocery store that takes 8 minutes to boil, because you're basically dehydrating it. Yeah, that's different. I did just have chicken fried rice. Rice is great, but it uses a lot of water. Rice uses a lot of water to make, which is great if you have places that can support that. But, it's not always viable. It's not always viable. Rice patties, man. I love rice patties. As in patty, as in like, the place where you grow a bunch of the rice. Wheat does not use a lot of water, actually. Wheat is a dry crop, which means it does not need a whole lot of water. Wheat is usually grown in more, not temperate, more drier, is grown in more drier environments. So like arid, thank you, arid. Arid location. Okay, like Okay. Like Wyoming? Is that Montana? That's not Montana, is it? I don't even know where listen, I don't... What is the US map? US map. Okay. Yeah, so... Montana, Wyoming... Oh, this fucking map is so small, I can't read it. Colorado, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma. Around those areas is where wheat is grown more often than, say, Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama. And if you're in Canada, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta, like those are the places that grow a lot of wheat. In fact, Saskatchewan specifically is one of the biggest suppliers of wheat in all of Canada. And you don't get a whole lot of rain there. The Midwest, yeah, the Midwest. Wheat came from like Egypt, did it? Well, Egypt is also very dry. So, you know. Growing wheat along the net. Well, like wheat needs water. It's not like wheat doesn't need water. Like wheat needs water. But like compared to like things like tomatoes need a lot of water to grow very, very plump. Watermelons need a lot of water. That's why you get also like things like corn in the Midwest as well, because corn is also another dry crop. You know how people in some places in the US don't drink tap water and they have bottled water instead? They use tap water for cooking, or still use... I believe they use tap water for cooking. Does watermelon taste like water? No, it tastes like watermelon. It's just... Watermelon is very, very high in water oh, Jesus, I have tinnitus. Watermelon has a lot of, like, juice in it. It's mostly water. So I don't really like eating watermelon. God damn it. Listen, it doesn't. It doesn't. There's a taste to it. To answer your question, Rosa, about tap water and cooking, for the most part, they do use tap water for cooking and stuff like that. But that's because cooking with water usually requires you to boil it, and boiling kills off a lot of like bacteria and stuff. It doesn't kill off anything like, you know, any lead in the water. In fact, boiling the water makes it worse because you're concentrating the lead. But like, yeah, for a lot of people, sometimes they buy filters for their taps. Some people buy filters, or have external water pitchers that filter it for them. It really depends on your area. If you're in a place like Flint, Flint, Michigan, you will definitely not use any water for cooking. And if you do, you'd probably get like a really, really good purifier or filter. But yeah. I don't think anybody really buys gallons of water for cooking. There are those, like, you know, those 10-gallon bottles. I don't know if anybody might use that for cooking. But it seems like a very, very inefficient use of the 10-gallon waters. We have a well water, so we use a filter. Oh, okay, let's check that out. Lead and heavy metals poisoning is super common for kids in the US. You should stop drinking metal. Have you ever considered that, United States? Stop feeding coins into... Stop drinking coins. We all know you love money, America. But stop drinking the coins. Okay. Did you guys know that watermelon is considered a vegetable in Japan? By definition, a watermelon is a vegetable. And I think that's really, really weird. But like, it makes sense when you think about it. I think I might have talked about this before. But like, when you think of a vegetable, right? Vegetables usually grow one fruit, right? Or like sorry, let me reword this. Think of a pumpkin, right? A pumpkin is a vegetable, right? It grows on a vine. It produces like a fruit, right? It produces like, you know, a produce, right? Watermelon is basically a pumpkin. Watermelon is basically another version of a pumpkin. So is pumpkin a fruit or is pumpkin a vegetable? And we're gonna say pumpkin is a vegetable, but also watermelon is pretty much that. Oh, tomatoes, yeah, tomatoes being a fruit is another thing, but like tomatoes are a vegetable. You wouldn't add tomatoes to a fruit salad. And if you add tomatoes to a fruit salad, what the hell is wrong with you? There's a definition of the Japanese definition of a vegetable. I'm not trying to learn what vegetable is in Japanese. I know what that is. It's yasai. There's a really good definition. Japanese vegetable classification. No, that's not it. Or whatever it is watermelon a vegetable? There we go. Okay, so watermelon is a member of the Cucurbitaceae plant family of gourds, classified as citrus lantus, which are related to cucumber, squash, and pumpkin. I'm trying to find like the classification specifically. It's like it has one sprouting fruit, like, you know how vegetables basically, like when you think of an onion, it's basically one big root thing. The family, it's in the Family Guy. Square watermelons are a boutique meat. No, there's recently the popular thing to do is make pyramid watermelons here apparently. Square watermelons. Yeah, square cube watermelons are still a thing. But pyramid watermelons are like the new it for some reason. Cucumber flavored watermelons? I would die. I would fucking hate that. I hate cucumbers. they had to remove a side. No, it's weird. Listen, watermelons are such a weird fruit because they just grow in the shape of whatever the frick is around them. Like if you have a pole, like if you put it in a cage, right? If you put a watermelon in a cage, it'll grow to that cage size. But like, not only that, it'll continue to grow. It'll like grow around the bars basically. So like, it'll be a little bulbous. I don't know how to explain it, but like, you know how like imagine trying to push a little like a fucking water balloon through a hole, right? Like the water, some of the water balloon will like go through the hole, but like most of the water balloon will stay behind the hole, but like some of the water will come through the hole and like you have this weird shape, you know? It's sort of like that. Pikachu melon? Oh man. Oh man. That's cool. There's an NPC in Fashion Dreamer who explains melons are vegetables because they grow from the ground. That's true. Like tomatoes, they also grow from the ground. Oh yeah, that's another fruit. Okay, fruit by definition, I believe, is like it comes from a tree. So technically, tomatoes aren't tomatoes are vegetables because they grow from the ground. Yeah, but if they produce a flowering offspring, it's considered a fruit. And watermelons don't flower. Down. Fashion Dreamer. I have not played that game yet, but I want to. Has anybody played that one fashion game? What's it called? Something Nikki? Fashion Nikki game. Shining Nikki? Love Nikki. Love Nikki. Love Nikki. Open world. What is that game called? Does anyone know the name of that game? Infinity Nikki, thank you. Infinity Nikki. Has anybody played that? I know there's an open beta. Or is it open beta or is it closed beta? I don't know. There was a beta. Is that out yet? It's not out yet. That game's looking real cool though. I want to play it. My favorite thing about that game is the politics behind that game. So instead of like having wars and shit, they're like, oh, we can't have wars. War is bad. Violence is bad. Let's settle all our problems with a fashion show, baby. The prettiest outfit wins. There's a co-op. There's co-op so you can slay together. Oh my god, you can slay and play. Let's fucking go. I love that. That's beautiful. Co-op. There's in-game purchases. No. Do I have to pay for my beautiful outfits? Yeah, there's a playtest, it looks like. Speaking about playtests, a lot of playtests for a lot of games have been coming out recently, and I've been having issues with them, guys. Things I'm just not okay with. So, there was this one game I played recently. I'm not gonna upload the VOD because the VOD was fucking terrible. You can catch it on Twitch here still. But, there's this game called Tailside, right? And whenever I think of a playtest, or like, you know, a beta or whatever, I think there would be quite a bit of things that you can do in the game. Something that kind of has replayability. Things that have like a lot of like, you know, that gives you a really, really good idea of the game. And like what's going to be added to it. So the one that I played specifically, it was Tailside, which was a coffee simulator. It was a really boring game, I'll be honest with you. It was boring. It was supposed to be like a comfy game, a cozy game, which like I got the vibe, but it was too brain dead. Like, it was so brain dead that like I didn't like, there was no challenge to it. Like, I know it's a cozy game, so it shouldn't have that much challenge, but like it didn't have any challenge, like any whatsoever. Like, at least with its Stardew, you have this challenge of like, oh, I need to grow my crops. I need to like time my crop growth. I need to, you know, make sure I have the right crops for the next season sort of thing, right? This was basically just like, click the things and you are done. And I'm like, okay, well, okay. But aside from that, they didn't have any options, like at all. They didn't have any resolution options, which means I had to play it in full screen. And I had to play in their native resolution. I couldn't change anything. I couldn't change frame rates, which frame rates is probably the least of their worries because it's a fucking indie game with like pixels and shit. But I had to play in 1080, 1080p full screen and not windowed, which screwed up a lot of things for me. And then when the playtest was over, I couldn't do anything else, which is fine because, like, you know, if it's a demo, it's just a demo. But like, there's like this whole thing. It's like, oh, you can decorate your whole cafe, but there was nothing to decorate it with because there was only like 3 decorations. And then it was just a really, really rough experience for me. And I understand if you're trying to bug test or you're trying to play test things, but there was nothing to play test. There was nothing there. It was just like, oh, it's a comfy game. Also, like, there's this thing where like you sort the beans. So like you pick the best beans, but it was basically you click the beans that are the right color. There was a white bean and there was a really, really dark bean. And then there was the brown beans. You just got to click all the brown beans. And it was like, that's not a gameplay thing. That's annoying. Boobas. Probably just server testing. It's not a server. There's no server in it. It's a local game. There was nothing there. Honestly, it's like from my perspective of doing that little playtest thing, it was like, hey, I made Cookie Clicker. Can you test it to see if it works? Can you tell me all the booba? Can you tell me all the good things about this Cookie Clicker I made? And it was like, oh Jesus, man. I want to say good things about the game, but I just could not because like it was just that rough. The next one I didn't play personally. I like slapping my neck apparently today. So I watched somebody play this. It was called Rad Adventure or Rad Venture. And it was like a Rayman sort of Sonic Adventure inspired game. It also didn't have options. So you had to play it in its native resolution and you couldn't change it into windowed mode or whatever. So like that was another thing that kind of irritated me. Even though I didn't play it. Because like when I'm like, oh, I want to try this, but I have to play it in full screen. I can't do that. I need to have a windowed mode. Like for me as a streamer, I need windowed mode. And then second, there were missing features in the game. Like there was no climbing animation and no way to program climbing or ladders and stuff like that. And instead they put trampolines in place of the ladders. And I was like, seems kind of lazy to me. Because if you're just kind of putting a placeholder in a playtest, you're not really playtesting it because you are substituting a feature that should be in the game, that should be tested, that should be functional, but it's not in there. And maybe I'm not a game developer, right? I'm so not a game developer. I couldn't program an auto sorter for the life of me, if anything. If else, but. Just catch me using if else statements. But like, I feel like if it's a public playtest or it's a public beta to get people interested in your game, there has to be the main features that are going to be in the game that people are going to be interacting with a lot, even if it's just like climbing, because climbing is a form of movement and movement gets you places. It has to be functional. I'm like the game looked really good. It looked really good. Don't get me wrong. It looked amazing. It looked like they put in a lot of effort. But like when you release an unfinished playtest or an unfinished beta that tells me that like they aren't really looking for feedback, they're looking for praise. And I'm not really sure if that's probably not the case. They are probably looking for feedback. They're probably looking for like bug fixes and stuff like that. But you know, that does not look good to me in my eyes as a critic. And everyone's a critic, right? Because when I think, and I know there's a difference between like studio beta and indie beta, right? When I think of a beta, I think of like the Halo 3 beta, right? Where most of the game is finished. Most of the game is finished. Maybe there's some things that need some changing, or like some things that people didn't really feel good about. For example, when the Halo 3 multiplayer beta came out, this is a long ass time ago, by the way. When the Halo 3 multiplayer beta came out, there were like rough animations. Like the animations were rough, or like when you threw down a bubble shield, it was kind of like instant, if I remember correctly. Or like there's something weird about the bubble shield when you threw it down that I remember specifically. But they fixed it. They made it feel better in the final game. And I think that should be like, you know, a tweaking sort of thing. Here's your recon armor, Grandpa. Halo 3 beta didn't give you the recon armor. Recon armor was for like special people, and then all of a sudden they're like, hey, now you can get recon by doing all these achievements in Halo ODST, which was cool, I think. Halo 3 beta, man. Halo 3 beta, those were the days, man. Those were the times. Fucking Halo Reach. Halo Reach was fun too, not for multiplayer, but like just in general. Halo Reach was good. I liked Halo Reach. Halo 2, man. Halo 2. Bring me back to the Halo days. Back when Xbox was good. And not just a bunch of studios. Oh, I just want to wait for Rebirth to come out on PC so I can play that. And not have to buy a PlayStation 5. I was so debating on getting a PlayStation 5 just so I can play Final Fantasy 16 and Final Fantasy Rebirth. Honestly, if I were to get a PlayStation 5, it would just be a Final Fantasy machine. There's nothing else I really want to play on it. Rip Bungie. Yeah, Bungie went under, didn't it? Didn't it? Video games, man. You know what? Was it that studio that did Hi-Fi Rush went under too? Is it? I want to say it's like Tango or something like that. Hi-Fi Rush. Tango Gameworks. Tango Gameworks made Hi-Fi Rush, and that studio went under. And that game sold really well. They made a total of like 4 games and then they went under. Tango Gameworks was a Japanese video game developer based... Oh, a Japanese video game developer. Yes. Okay. Oh, as a developer studio. Based in Tokyo. Founded in March 2010 by Shinji Mikami, previously of Capcom. Acquired by ZeniMax Media in October after a year of suffering financial issues. In May 2024, Matt Booty, Microsoft Gaming President of Game, Content, and Studios, acknowledged the close down of Tango Studios. The closure is one of the 4 studios that were managed under Microsoft under Arcane Austin, Alpha Dog Games, and Roundhouse Studios. The decision was massively panned by both fans and journalists, with criticism centering around Microsoft's decision to close the studio, despite the critical success of Hi-Fi Rush. Yeah. Bethesda Soft announced that Mikami would leave Tango in the next coming months, and Mikami would later establish a new studio called named Kamui. Isn't that fucked up? Dude, I just realized how fucked up that is. Imagine starting your own video game company in 2010, right? 14 years later, being bought out, and then being forced to shut down, and then we're like, well, like in 2023, the founder leaves the company and makes a new studio because they were bought out and then were told to shut down. That's so fucked up. That is so fucked up. You guys know why this is like a thing, right? Why a bunch of closures are happening? A lot of investors invested into video games in 2020 for COVID because people were indoors and they're like, oh, the video game market's gonna start booming, so people are gonna start buying video games. Turns out nobody has fucking any money to buy video games because everyone's fucking locked down in COVID. So no one's buying video games. And that short-term bubble immediately fucking burst, and then like all these studios that have all these investors, they have to like sell back to their investors because they want their money back, right? Well, the investors got their money back. This is also why we saw like a shit ton of like garbage games that were released prematurely. Big tech companies like Nvidia and Apple had their stock crash recently too. Exactly. Wow. I don't like that. If anything, so like, I'm all for the video game is art conversation. I love the fact that we can make video games. I love the fact that we can tell stories. I love the fact that we can make engaging user experiences and stuff like that. It's sort of like a movie that you can play, right? So I'm all for video games being art, even though some people are like, oh, video games are just a thing that you could just burn time with. And no, that's like Farmville. Like Farmville's technically a game, but it's a time burner. But you know, some games have like, you know, really great storytelling and stuff like that. And then you have games like, I don't know, what's just a really basic game that's meant to burn time. Fucking Solitaire. Like Solitaire. Solitaire's a card game though. Like Minesweeper, right? Yeah, games like Minesweeper. And like, yeah, that's just a little silly little game. There's nothing really artsy about it. It's just a fun little game. But then you like even get like small games, like looking through my list here, Peglin, which is like Peggle, but you're a little goblin guy. Like, yeah, you're a little goblin guy. It could be just Peggle, where you just kind of like burn your time, but like no, you get Peglin, which is like a little Peggle goblin game. It could have been not a goblin. There could have been nothing about it. It could have just been like a little game with power-ups. But it's even like a game with power-ups and stuff like that. It's a little artsy, you know? A little artsy. And then you get games that are like high budget, Final Fantasy Rebirth style. That's like definitely like an artsy sort of game. Games like Elden Ring that have all this backstory, all this lore, all this like storytelling to it, you know? You get games like Baltro, which is technically another time burner-esque game, but it's got charm to it because you have all these like, you know, Joker cards with all this art and all this like different combination stuff, and then like, you know, so the fact that like we get investors into that, right? And they're like, oh, we want to put our 2 cents in. We want to put our information in there. We out of all of our data and all of our things, we know this will sell well. We'll put all our data and all of our algorithms into your game so it'll sell a whole lot. But then I've always been against algorithm. I've always been against algorithm baiting. I guess I'll call it algorithm baiting. Like, oh, by all math and statistics, this should sell well. Should. But that's not how it works. That's not how you sell something from the heart, you know? Things from the heart sell well when people resonate with it, right? And if you try to artificiate. if you try to like make it artificial something, you know, that people can connect with. If you throw in things like battle passes, because people love battle passes, right? You know, it feels wrong. Studios need to make everything need everything to make $1 billion so they can justify spending $999 million on it and impress the investors. Listen, I understand why investors are important, but also at the same time, investors don't belong in every situation. It's just okay, and this might seem presumptuous of me, but it's why I really like Nintendo. And obviously Nintendo has investors too, right? There's no way that doesn't have investors. But Nintendo also is flat out saying things like, we're not going to make AAA title games because they sell well. We're going to make double A titles as well, because if we just keep spending money on big title blockbuster games, every game is a blockbuster. We're not blockbusting anything anymore. We're just spending ridiculous amount of money on things that may not sell because they already people have already spent their money on bigger titles. You know, it becomes this thing where like, where every movie, and this comes with movies specifically, back in the day being now, people are trying to make the next blockbuster every other weekend. And that's why that kind of defeats the point of it being a blockbuster, because like a blockbuster is, you know, everybody going out to see this really crazy movie, right? And if people are spending so much money on all their movies, you know, the market just isn't there anymore, because you know, people don't want to see a movie every other weekend. They don't want to see a movie every weekend. Of course it's nice, but like then the excitement wears out, you know? Take too much heroin, you start getting addicted to heroin, and the heroin isn't enough. Why am I talking about heroin? That's so weird. I'm not addicted, I swear. I'm addicted to coffee. All right, investors. Yeah, we've got opinions about them. There's no modestly profitable movie that gets a second life in home video. Dude, home video market. Everything's all streaming now. This might be me being like, oh, back in my day. But like, we're not allowed to own anything anymore. Everything's a service. Everything's a service. You're not allowed to own it. You're not allowed to own your movies. You're not allowed to own things. Given streaming is convenient, you're never committed to anything. But if you want to commit, there's no option for it anymore. This is a really, really big rant. A really, really big rant. Oh boy. I'm gonna probably end my stream here soon. Unless there's things you want to talk about elsewhere, elsewhere. Elsa Frozen. I need to play Zenless Zone Zero. I forgot to do my dailies. Streaming doesn't pay residuals. Oh, sure it does. It pays you 1 cent for every 1,000 views. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of there's a resurgence of DJ stuff on Twitch right now. Channels I think you'll like. There's a lot of cool channels that it's recommending me right now. Somebody playing, oh, they're playing Ape Escape. I thought it was Pokemon Channel. Like, who's playing Pokemon Channel in 2024? Me, I'm gonna be playing Pokemon Channel in 2024. I should play Pokemon Channel. I need to play a bunch of games, man. I don't have time to play video games anymore. I want to play Sonic Frontiers. I don't have time for that right now. I want to continue my playthrough of Red Dead Redemption. I'm not finished with that. Saw a Crunchyroll ad the other day, and it was advertising the DVD and Blu-rays were like, keep the series you'll love forever. And I thought we have to advertise that now? We have to advertise like, wow, you can keep it forever. It's always been here. That's what I really love about Japan. Japan loves their physical media. There's always gonna be physical media in Japan because they love their CD sales. It's not about your streaming your songs anymore. It's about those CD sales, baby. About those CD sales. Those hardcore fans that love your shit. That's what we need to go back to. Buy and own. And that's the thing that sucks, though, because like the more you buy, the more space you need for it. And that's the one thing that I'm like, oh Jesus, I can't keep all this physical media. I can't. There's not enough room. If you love it that much, you know, you'll make room for it. But like, man, I'm a minimalist at heart. I cannot make room for my minimalist, especially since I have a tiny ass fucking apartment. My VHS collection takes up so much physical. Oh man, and VHSs are huge, man. They're pretty big. VHSs are pretty big. I'm surprised you have a VHS collection. That's pretty awesome, though. Yeah, I'm looking around my apartment right now. I'm like, where would I put like a CD collection, if anything? And I'm like, the corner of my room, I guess. I got the digital PS5 because fuck finding space for. I mean, that's why I love like not buying Switch games. People are like, why would you download the Switch games? Like, you don't actually own it. I'm like, yeah, but like I don't have space to keep things. Like I really don't have any space to keep this stuff. I have a grand total of 3 physical games because one was a gift. The other was Ring Fit, so I needed the ring, so I needed to buy the game and the ring. And the other was Mario All-Stars because it was a limited time thing, and I was like, I want this limited time thing in my life forever. So I bought 2 copies of the Mario 3D All-Stars. One a digital copy for me to play and a physical one where I can keep forever. And specifically when it comes to Mario 3D All-Stars, that particular game is a soft spot in my heart because I grew up playing Super Mario All-Stars on the SNES, and that was a major part of my childhood, of playing Super Mario All-Stars for the SNES. I don't have it anymore, but man, if I could get a cartridge back again, even if I didn't have an SNES to play it, if I could just get the cartridge back, that would mean a whole lot to me, because like that was me. That was my child, like literally my child. I grew up playing with that. I played that game for fucking hours upon hours, man. So like, I can't, like, there's no way, like, I can't pass up on Super Mario All-Stars, 3D All-Stars, because if I know I will regret it if I don't. SCS, oh damn it, SNES cards do take up quite a bit, but like, I wouldn't have like a collection sort of thing like that. It's, you know, it's a thing that you kind of would put on display, you know. It's a display thing, not like a collection thing. And I think that's the hard thing, is that like the more things that you're into, the more collection space you need. And like if you had like just one thing that you're super into, it's fine. Because like I do that. If there's something I'm really into, I buy my HoloLive plushies because I really like HoloLive and I really want that physically in my space. But you won't catch me getting like a DVD of their lives, because of their live shows, because that's not a thing that really is in that same genre of collection, you know. I want to have things that have a lot of meanings to me. Oh, what's that one girl? She doesn't do this anymore. Marie Kondo. Does this spark joy? And I'm like, yes, this sparks joy. And I think like one of the things that I think is really toxic when it comes to collection stuff is when collection becomes hoarding. Because I think hoarding comes from desperation. Like, oh, I could use this someday. Oh, I could, you know, are you going to use it someday? Like, or are you just trying to justify keeping that around, you know? I stack my stack of figures in their boxes I can't display because I'm out of shelf space. Man, take it out of the box. Take it out of the box. It loses its value, but does it lose the value in your heart? Like, I don't control you. You can keep your stuff in your boxes, but like, I used to keep my boxes for my figures and stuff like that. I don't anymore. Because like, oh, like, you know, I could like put it back in the box and have it displayed that way. And like, no, I'm never gonna fucking do that. I'm never gonna fucking do that. I'm just gonna throw the boxes away. So I do. If I want to resell it, no, sure, resell it at a lower price. It doesn't have to be in box. I play with them for silly pictures. Yes, we love that. We love that. I always find it really weird when people keep their stuff in boxes. Like, I mean, I understand why, but like, I'm like take some things out of the box, man. Take some things out. Play with it like little Legos. Stop gluing your Legos together. Start being more creative. I know, I'm all for creativity instead of capitalism. But like, that's just me. You know? Hey, it's almost 2 a.m. for me. I need to go to bed. What are you doing, Zardy? Oh, nice. Okay, she's doing a Tokyo walkthrough. Doing a chatting stream. So we're gonna raid them because they just happen to be chatting. Big, nice, comfy vibes. I don't know when I started following them, but I'm following them now. I think I followed them for like a... Oh, it was Persona 3. That's why I followed them. It was Persona 3. That's why I followed. All right. Thank you guys for joining me for tea time. I love chatting with you guys. Please come by again sometime. We happen to do it every week. Same time, same place. You know where it is. Hole in the Wall, Cinnamon Sweet Cafe. All right. If you guys like my stream, if you like me, if you like the sound of my voice, I stream 3 times a week, minimum. Friday evening, Saturday morning, Saturday evening, and then anything else is totally on whim. We have RPGs on Fridays, we have hardcore games on Saturdays, and we have tea time in between. Oh, can you imagine paying for arcade cabinets? I'm just thinking about that now. Arcade cabinets take up a lot of space for one video game. It's a collector's item, but it takes up so much space. Damn. I like you. I like you too. We should like each other. I think that would be a really cool dynamic. All right, we're gonna go raid. They have follower only or subscriber only, whatever it is. Not my problem. If you like them, go follow them. Go chat. Say some stuff. You don't have to. I'm not gonna tell you what to do with your life. But I will tell you that you need to pay your taxes. Taxes are good. Contribute to society. I pay my taxes. Are you? Have a good time, everybody.